Hello, everybody. Welcome into episode 9 of Rounding Third. My name is Jeremy Lapidus, your host of the Rounding Third, joined as always by my friend and co host,
Haden Raymer.
Aiden Raymer is here. We have so much to talk about today. There's been a lot of big news coming out in the last couple days. Obviously, Fernando Tatis. He has his debut game. Uh, that is tonight. This is very exciting. Max Scherzer got ejected after being checked for sticky stuff. Kershaw, 200 wins. The A's bought land in Vegas, and was something else. That's a mystery. You'll find out later in the show. Hayden, where do you want to start?
There's so many places. Honestly, I think we got to start with the thing that's like kind of like news tonight. That's gonna happen in a couple hours, and that's Fernando Tatis suits up for the first time since the 2021 season. Uh, yeah, and there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah, so obviously Fernando Tatis, he's serving. This is the end of his 80-game suspension for steroids.
Mm-hmm.
He is coming back tonight. Obviously, one of the better players in the league when healthy and not suspended. We haven't seen him play in a while, Hayden. First, he got hurt. Obviously, it's been what, a little more than a year?
Yeah, like I said, hasn't played since the end of the 2021 season. They were in the playoffs that year. He hasn't really played since then, right? Did they make the playoffs, or was that the year that they all like fell apart? I'm blinking.
That's the year they fell apart.
Oh, then yeah. So he hasn't played since September 2021 for the most part in like major league games. He's a whole 2 years older now. Like,
Yeah. Obviously, that's a very long time.
mm-hmm.
How do you think he's going to come back? He's been in the minors these last couple games, and he's been tearing it up down there. That's not too surprising. It's
Mm-hmm.
Fernando Tatis. He's still really young. Um, what's he going to do against major league pitching?
I mean, you would assume he would struggle probably to start. It's been like we said, it's been 2 years since he's last faced big league pitching. Uh, it would make sense for him to struggle a little bit. Uh, but we're talking about Fernando Tatis Jr. Last time this guy was on the field, he was in the MVP conversation. You know, he's played parts of 3 seasons and already has 13.6 F4. Like, we're talking about like a guy who's, when he's on the field, is a generational talent. And just the things he does to the baseball, I'd imagine he kind of bounces back and kind of cruises a little bit now that he's back.
Now, he is coming back to play outfield, I believe.
Yep.
Um, now, he's played a little bit of outfield in the past, but he struggled a little bit defensively out there. Do you think he's improved? How do you think he's going to look out there? Like we said, it's been a while,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not playing shortstop anymore. How is that going to affect his game?
Well, like, being honest, wasn't like that great of a shortstop anyway. He made a lot of plays that were flashy, but he also kind of messed up on some of those good plays. Uh, I mean, I'm sure he can't get much worse than he was the last time he was out there. Uh, so. And plus he has Trent Grisham right there next to him. It makes his life a little bit easier as a right fielder. At the end of the day, I don't think the Padres care a whole lot about defense when you look at like kind of who they roster and kind of what positions they put these players in. Defense just doesn't seem like of utmost concern for this team.
I mean, but it probably should be a little bit. Um,
When you have the bats that they do, you don't really need it.
yeah, I guess. The Padres obviously come out a little slower than they might want to. They're 9-11 right now. Obviously, only 20 games in, so not going to overreact to that. How big of a deal Obviously, how much is this going to affect their season?
I
Him
mean,
coming
it's
back.
huge. They've started the season without Fernando Tatis Jr. They started their season without their ace Joe Musgrove. He's coming back a couple days later. He's going to be back here starting on Saturday. Uh, he'll make his season debut. And then this is then when we finally get into, this is the Padres team that we were kind of worried about. Thankfully, they're both coming back, early in the season. They're only missed, 20 games. For Musgrove, that's like, he's only missed 4 starts, So there's plenty of, ground to make up. It's not like anyone took a massive lead in the division. The Diamondbacks are, 2 games ahead of them, or 2.5 rather. So, there's still, it's not like they're like way behind. It's not like they're like coming. I mean, they're not the Rockies where they're 5-14 and now have to kind of climb a little bit. No one's really running away with it. So they could easily kind of make it. Climb up. We're talking here next week. They could be the division leader.
Yeah, no, obviously, baseball, long season. We have time for that.
I mean,
yeah,
and they're playing against the division leader Padres tonight.
Yeah,
this
they
is
are playing
their
the
chance to
Diamondbacks
make
tonight.
up the ground. So should be good.
Yeah, it should be. This is a. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a huge game for them. Obviously, they want momentum. But this is something that they just need to. I think they just need Tatis to look solid out there tonight.
Yeah.
It's not a do or die game this early in the season, but it is a pretty important matchup with a team that's come out hot out of the gate. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You wanna move on to Scherzer?
I would love to move on to Scherzer.
Because we just got some breaking news when it comes to him. Jeff Passan just reported literally 25 seconds ago that he's suspended for 10 games.
10 games?
10 games. For those of you who don't know, he was ejected during his last game because, umpires suspected that he had sticky substances on his, glove and arm and his hands. And, yeah, that's a big loss for the Mets. I don't know if you've seen the clip, Jeremy. I don't know what your thoughts on it all are.
I don't think Scherzer's a guy that would do it. I didn't watch the clip. I got the news. It was during the Triple Threat show that I got the news.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing hockey predictions, so I did not have time to take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, but I mean, Scherzer, I don't know. He just doesn't seem like the guy that would use sticky substances. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of the belief that now I don't think he is, but back
when it was legal.
Back
obviously.
when it was legal in quotation marks. Yeah. It's just a weird situation. I think my issue with the whole situation is Domingo Germán. I don't know if you saw.
That's what I was gonna get to next.
He was throwing like a perfect game, best start of his career, and then he got there was a similar incident, but instead of Domingo Germán getting ejected, it actually led into the Twins manager being ejected from the game, and that's the part that rubs me the wrong way, because it didn't really seem like Scherzer, they kind of were like, okay, go wash your hands, and then you can keep pitching. It wasn't just an immediate ejection for him either. That was a similar thing with Germán, and again, his hands were still a little sticky, and he kept pitching. So when I think, okay, who do I suspect a little bit more likely to use it? I don't think the Hall of Famer pitcher is the guy who I'd be like, oh yeah, he's cheating. Uh, when you're asking me if I had to pick between the two, uh, but yeah, no, it's just a weird situation. Uh, I was waiting. I've been waiting ever since he got ejected to see if it was he got ejected for talking smack to the umpires, and that was the reason for his ejection, or was it the sticky stuff that was the reason for his ejection? And we found now the sticky stuff was the reason for his ejection. Uh, I don't know if you have any other really thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, you covered it pretty good with the Diego Herman situation. It's just it's a little sketch,
Yeah.
yes. 'Cause, I mean, as much as it's Max Scherzer,
Mhm.
it's the Yankees. You know,
Yeah.
you know that's the thing. That's the thing there. It's the Yankees
Mhm.
and it's Max Scherzer. Both you would assume get a little bit of leeway, but
No.
I don't know. I think it's stupid. If you have a rule, you need to apply it equally. Uh, and that's about where I'm at right now with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. I mean, it's kind of just a shitty situation on both sides, honestly.
yeah, if Scherzer did it, suspend him. I am happy with that. You can't go from the Diego Herman situation where you're caught clearly saying go wash your hands, and he comes back out and he hasn't done that, to Scherzer getting suspended 10 games.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think that's where the issue that I have with this whole thing kind of lies. Is that difference between the two, where like I said, you're seeing one guy get suspended for 10 games, the other guy is going to pitch. Then his next round into the rotation.
Yeah, it's it's really frustrating,
Tomorrow,
and
actually.
this is just how baseball is, though,
Mhm.
and it sucks. And I think they should change that. I'm not a fan, but it, the rules just need to apply equally to everyone, regardless.
Mhm.
That's really baseball's so bad at rules, just bad at it,
They
just
are
really really bad at applying their own rules. It's kind of infuriating.
just a little bit.
Like I wanna love the game. I wanna go and watch the game and be like, ah, look at this. It's such a fun game. But then they do little things like this. They can't do it right ever, like ever, and it's super frustrating and annoying and stupid. And yeah, Gary Bettman. Nope, that's the wrong guy. That's the NHL guy.
Commissioner
Yeah,
Rob Manfred.
Rob Manfred. They both suck. Um, that's not the show we're doing today. We're doing the baseball
Yeah,
one.
not the other one.
Yeah, not the hockey one. Anyway,
Anyway.
yeah, that's my thoughts, and it's stupid, and baseball needs to fix that.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next, Mr. Jeremy?
What's coming up next? The big story coming out of today.
Mhm.
Oakland A's have officially bought land near the Vegas Strip,
Mhm.
making the what seemed to be right around the corner pretty much confirmed that they are moving to Las Vegas. Sucks for Oakland. They have now lost all of their sports teams in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
They had three. They had the Raiders, they had the Warriors, and they had the A's.
Mhm.
The Raiders obviously moved to Vegas a while ago. Warriors They just moved to San Francisco. They just moved across the bridge, um, to a brand new arena that used to be in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no longer in Oakland. And now you have the A's leaving, and I just feel bad for them because Oakland is such a strong fan base. Like they're so passionate about their teams, even when they're bad. You know, one of the greatest fan bases in all of sports is the Oakland Raiders, or the formerly Oakland Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd go in there, it's the black hole. You have these guys dressed up in like crazy makeup and just screaming, and they're wild, and it's such a great environment. And when the A's are good, that stadium rocks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this experience is just so bad for players, fans, everyone involved. It's not it's not worth it. And I think most of this falls on the organization. This isn't for lack of trying from the Oakland area to get them a new stadium. They've they've had pitches. They're asking for a ridiculous amount of money from the people. When this is just a personal thing of mine. I think owners should pay for their stadiums.
Yeah, I agree.
Works out better for them in the it works out better for them in the long run anyway.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Like,
It's
yeah.
stupid. It's dumb. You are a billionaire. A billionaire with a B. Okay? You can afford to build a new stadium. Understand cities want. It works out better for the owners anyway. Look at Jerry Jones. He went out there, he built his own stadium. He owns everything. All the money that goes there goes to him. He is raking in the cash. He is a rich, rich man because he decided to spend his money and build a stadium. It works out for both parties. It works out for the fans, it works out for the city, and it works out for the owners in the long run.
Yeah.
Build your own stadiums.
No, I agree there. I think, on a lot of the points you made, it's just like the whole thing with, just like making the residents pay with like their tax dollars to finance stadiums. That's just really weird.
Right.
And a lot of times, like the team themselves don't hold up on the deal, and it just becomes like this whole big mess. Uh, I mean, the thing that I find really funny out of this is I think it would be really funny because now that once the Rays get their situation moved and they're fully moved, uh, MLB is looking to expand, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be really funny if they expand back to Oakland and like our owner like genuinely like puts in the effort that it takes to run a team, and the A's are just not the A's but the new Oakland team become like this super awesome franchise, and then the A's are just kind of the same that they are now, and nothing changes. Despite
That'd be awesome.
them moving to Vegas will fix everything. No, it won't. Like,
Vegas
it's
is a
not the
great sports
market that
city,
they
though.
think it will be. No,
Vegas is a great sports city.
I
It really
yeah
is.
during the summer for baseball.
That's gonna suck.
Yeah,
They're gonna build an indoor stadium.
are they?
I'm sure they are. That's all the rage these days.
It would be. You know what? Knowing the A's and their incompetency, they won't. The roof's too expensive. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to skip out on that.
I mean, all the other stadiums that have been built in Vegas have been these huge, mega indoor stadiums. To be fair, it's hockey and football. So, a little different. But football is usually outdoors.
Is it?
So, we'll have to see. That Vegas heat's gonna suck. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna suck. People are gonna hate playing there.
Yeah.
It'll
No.
be good.
It's I don't know. I think the A's like literally like I could talk all day about them and like what a horrible franchise and how they've literally were like traded away their entire team, made it impossible to go to games, and have like this really terrible stadium. And they're like, look, we can't have a team. Look, we don't have people coming to games. And it's just like, it's dumb.
Yeah. So it looks like they're planning to move in 2027.
Yeah.
Manfred has said he's okay with it.
Of course he is. He's a puppet for the owners. That's what all commissioners are.
Yeah, but you can be a good commissioner without being a puppet for the owners. While being a puppet for the owners.
For that in baseball, there's too big of a divide between owners and players.
No. It's dumb. I mean, there's always a big divide between owners and players. Like, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're planning to make it outdoors. Yeah,
That's
there
not.
it is.
I told you, not a good idea.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's good for them. You know what? You know what?
No, I'm not good. For
I hope
them.
they succeed. I hope they
No.
succeed.
No. Boo. Boo.
Oakland will get another team.
What,
Oakland will get another team.
We'll go to another team. Okay.
Oakland will get another team soon.
Soon.
Hope.
When
They
MLB
deserve another
expands.
team. Oakland. The A's don't deserve Oakland.
True. It's true. The owner of the A's doesn't deserve Oakland.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Anyway. What you got next for us, Hayden?
I mean, want to talk about Mad Bum?
Oh yeah, that was the thing I forgot to say. That's our
No.
secret for this episode.
You said it.
Did I really?
I thought so.
I think that's the one I forgot. Doesn't matter. Madison Bumgarner, cut from the Diamondbacks. He signed a 5-year deal like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna eat $37 or $42 million. Is what they're gonna eat every year, or this year. Yeah, that's a lot of money for a guy who's washed now. I'm in the mindset that he'll get picked up somewhere. I know, Hayden, that you are not. Explain why.
He's bad.
That's it. That's it.
Do you want me to pull up his baseball savant, Jeremy? Is that what this conversation is gonna be? Where
Do
we
you
show
want-
that he's like bottom 1% in everything.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's look at these fun little sliders. He is 4th percentile in expected ERA, 5th percentile in expected batting average, 9th percentile in expected slugging. He's 4th percentile in strikeout percentage, 7th percentile in walk percentage,
Excuse me.
7th percentile in whiff percentage, 3rd percentile in chase rate. When we're talking about, you understand that spin is usually a good thing, right?
Yep.
Right? He is 37th percentile in fastball spin and 25th percentile in curveball spin. That's
Oh, look
this
at that.
year.
Those are good
Last
numbers.
year, the only thing that improves at a significant rate is his walk rate, where he was just slightly above average at walking people, or at not walking people.
Dang. It's pretty good.
His
I'm a big fan.
strikeout rate was bottom 9% of the league last year. His expected batting average against was bottom 7%. He was bottom 8 in giving up hard hit balls. Like, he's just not good. Like,
I don't know. He's a big name. I mean, you could pick up a big name like that for $720,000.
You know what? I will give you a team that will pick him up. All right, and it's because they are so mediocre and so bad. That is the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers would pick him up.
The Rangers are gonna pick him
Would.
up. It's gonna be this cute little reuniting with Bruce Bochy, and then a week later, after he makes 2 starts, he's gonna be released.
Giants might pick him back up
Why? Why would the Giants pick him up?
because they suck.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Their bats suck. Their pitching does not.
Exactly.
Their pitching doesn't suck. That's what. What do you mean exactly? Oh, he's not gonna. What is Madison Bumgarner? They're gonna be their everyday DH. Is that
Yeah,
your
he is.
solution?
Yeah, look at that. He's a multiple-time Silver Slugger Award winner. Multiple time, Aiden. You good?
And we'll catch you at home. We'll see you all next time. I just no, he's not good. Like I said earlier, you have a better shot at Patrick Corbin getting picked up than Madison Bumgarner.
I think some team's gonna pick him up.
Because at least Corbin doesn't walk people and he gets people to chase. You know? You just figure out, okay, how we can get him to whiff, and then boom. We cracked Corbin. He becomes the best pitcher in the league again. But that's the problem. Nobody misses on Patrick Corbin. Actually, they miss more than they do on Madison Bumgarner. Like, nobody's going to pick up Madison Bumgarner. He's bad.
Someone will pick him up.
No, he should retire tonight. Just go right off into the rodeos.
The Giants he'll clear waivers.
No,
Let me tell
you want to tell me why he's not going to get picked up, Jeremy? Because he is a red ass. Nobody wants to roster the toxic asshole that is Madison Bumgarner. He was chirping at Wilson Contreras for throwing his bat after he drew a walk. He is literally just a mad bum at this point. Like, that's all he is. Like, he's not good. That was a terrible contract to begin with.
It was a terrible contract.
So now let's ignore him. Who cares about him anymore? Let's talk about the Diamondbacks. This is a great move for them. They have, are off to a great start. Their lineup, has been solid. Hasn't been one of the best in the league. It's been above average, They have, really exciting players in there. Guys who are still getting into, like, the groove of things. This is a really exciting team. Then, you kind of work into this rotation. You have Zach Gallen. That's an ace. He is one of the best pitchers in the league. Merrill Kelly, you slot him at the 3 slot, you're happy. You've got Drew Jameson, and Ryan Nelson, both are top 100 pitching prospects. They've been pitching so far this year to mixed results, not best in the league. They haven't been terrible. And, Jeremy, they have one of the best pitching prospects in AAA right now. You call him up, like, we got a team. The bullpen went from, like, historically bad to just bad. Like, we've got a team here.
Oh, you're right. The Diamondbacks are very good. I just wanted to have you go out on a rant because, I knew you had a lot to say on that.
This is like if the 2021 Dodgers had fucking what's his name? David Price in the rotation for the whole year.
Love
That's what,
David Price.
that's what it is. Like,
They did though. They had David Price in the
no,
rotation
they
when he
didn't.
was healthy. They did.
No,
When
he
he
was a
was healthy, they
bullpen. He was in the pen. How many starts do you think David Price made in
like
2021?
like four. I think he made four
He
starts.
made 11 starts.
Aw,
In
damn, I real lowballed
2022,
that.
he threw 40 innings. He made 40 relief appearances. Like, he's a reliever at that point. Mad Bum is never. You know what? He might get picked up, but he's going to be in the bullpen. How
And
about
that's
that? And even then, I still think he's going to get released after a week. I will give you that. There you go. Congratulations, Jeremy. Your point wins.
Haden.
Yeah,
I'd already conceded.
he'll get picked up, but he's not starting. Uh, and I doubt he gets a major league contract. He probably is going to have to work his way back to the big leagues.
Right, he's gonna clear waivers, and then some team is gonna pick him up on a two-way deal.
A minor league contract.
Yeah. No. Have to see what happens. The other old pitcher news. Clayton Kershaw, 200 wins, dominating the Mets. He's very good. He's still very good. He is not Madison Bumgarner. Yeah. So, congratulations to him. Did I miss? Did I miss something, Hayden?
I mean, you did. There's been two like pretty big extensions. Uh,
Oh, there was.
you got Hunter Green getting his deal that buys out the rest of his free agency, which like great for him. He had a really nice, fun quote about that, which was, yeah, like I want to be the reason why fans are back in the seats.
That's awesome.
And
Love
like
that.
that's like cool. Like that's like okay, yeah. Like you don't want to like leave like a certain player out in Pittsburgh does. You know? And then
Yeah.
Pablo Lopez, who's hit another gear for those Minnesota Twins, he also is a free agent. Or not a free agent. We got an extension. Got that big boy extension.
He did.
And happy for him. I believe there's been other extensions since our last show. Let me quick look. Do you have
There
any
was.
thoughts on
Was
either of those?
Yeah, I love Pablo Lopez. He is wonderful. I love the way he pitches, and I'm glad he got money. Hunter Green, he throws very, very fast. I think he still needs a little bit of work, but you know what? I could really see it. Could. Like, he struggles with command a little bit, but he's gotten a lot better at that since last season. So, you know, props to him. The rest of them, I don't know. I think these are good deals. It's not like mega extensions for these guys, but you're gonna lock them up for a long time, and you're gonna have a nice solid arm in your rotation for both of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Pablo Lopez extension. You're getting a guy who has been, solid, and you're getting him locked up past his free agency years. So now you kind of have your two guys to build around in that Twins rotation. You got Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez. Sonny Gray, Luke Molly, and Kenta Maeda are all going to be free agents after this year. So there's that, And then, with Hunter Green, he has the potential to be like one of the most dominant young starters in this league. His fastball and slider are just like this awesome combo. If he can make his changeup better or figure out a third pitch, like the sky's the limit for him. Without that, you're talking about a guy who's got the most electric stuff in the league, and is gonna just, the only two pitchers who, I could say who have better fastballs than him are like Garrett Cole and like Spencer Strider, which you're talking about a generational pitcher, like the best pitcher of like that little core group. You know, he's not like super young, but he's younger than like Verlander, Scherzer, Greinke, all them. Like of that little group of like that mid 30s guy, he's the best. Uh, so happy for him. Hunter Green is elite. There's two other extensions we haven't talked about. Ian Happ, got his big deal. You know, that guy's just kind of the face of the Cubs right now. Good for him. He's gonna be a free agent after this year. Got a 3-year, $61 million deal. I think Jeff Passan broke that. And then Logan Webb, who's another young starter. That guy has been like, a dog for those Giants, and is kind of like that face of that rotation, that ace. And he is an ace, and a lot of people don't acknowledge that. That guy is really good. He got a 5-year, $90 million deal. Yeah, that's all the extension news. There is one injury news that I kind of want to talk about, but we don't have to.
Oh, we don't have to.
You don't want to talk about the Rays and Jeffrey Springs?
We can. I mean, do you want to?
I kind of do, because how can we not talk about the Rays? That's the story in baseball.
I don't know. They lost a game, Hayden. We're not supposed to talk about them until the end of the season.
Okay, my bad.
Sorry, until the All-Star break, when they're up 20 games on the Yankees. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, wait, I thought the Yankees were the best team.
Yeah, no, I have a fun little. So Fangraphs they rank their team ranks like in various hitting statistics and pitching statistics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I just pulled up their thing. Jeffrey Springs has to get Tommy John. That's the news, which is huge for them. You're talking about a really good left-handed starter, which means Tyler Glasnow getting back to the big leagues is more important than ever. Zach Eflin needs to get right again. Once those two are back, we're good, and we don't have to worry about things. Depth is now becoming a concern for this team when it comes to pitching.
They have a bunch of prospects, don't they?
Yeah, Taj Bradley is up in the big leagues now, and a lot of their prospects are like position players. Like they're two guys who are close. They have two like top 50 guys according to Fangraphs. Curtis Mead and Kyle Manzardo. Those two are like top prospects, but they're you're talking about position players. So they have the depth at the position player, but like pitching. When you're talking about rotation guys, they can piece together like innings where you have Josh Fleming come out, throw 3 innings. Yanni Chirinos can come out, throw 4 innings, but they don't have like a starter. We're back to that opener era of Rays. But Shane McClanahan.
The Rays have the bullpen to deal with that.
They do. They 100%. But when we're talking about a team coming back and being like one of the most dominant teams in the league, you need those starters to come back. You need at least one of them. You need one of the Taj Bradley, Shane McClanahan, Drew Rasmussen, and then Zach Eflin and Tyler Glasnow. 4 of those guys need to be healthy in October, and for like a majority of the rest of the season, for them to be that team. But back to the thought that I had. I'm going to read out all these statistics that they rank first in. Average, on base percentage, OPS, runs, and home runs. They're all first in all of those. They're also first in ERA, strikeouts per 9 by starting pitchers, hits by 9 by starting pitchers, and home runs per 9 by starting pitchers. This team's insane, Jeremy.
It's very good.
It is a very good team.
Very, very good team.
Very, very, very good team. But yeah, no. I think that loss is kind of big. I'm trying to find news on Glasnow and
Glasnow is almost ready. The last I heard, he's coming back soon, but he's
back
not
mid-May.
Yeah, not quite there yet.
Let's see, Eflin.
I haven't heard
Beautiful.
anything about F1.
F1's gonna be back on Sunday. So there we go.
Oh,
Like he comes
there you go.
back. Like I have full faith in this race team. They're gonna. Who do they play next? They play against the White Sox. Yeah, they are.
Oh, speaking of the White Sox, sorry to interrupt. Um, I got an alert right as the show was starting. Hold on, let me find it. It was great news. Um, where is it? I forgot his name. Pitcher in the White Sox. He's cancer free now.
Oh, Liam Hendricks.
Yeah, Liam Hendricks.
Yeah, good for him. We're happy. I mean, obviously, it's, uh, don't want anybody to have cancer. That's not a fun thing.
Yes, it is. It's official. I'm cancer free. Liam Hendricks. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That
No,
just
you're all
reminded
good.
me.
You're all good. They play against the White Sox. It's gonna be a good series.
Be a good series.
Do you have any other baseball things you want to talk about, Jeremy?
I'm all out of baseball things. I'm just looking forward to the next week. There's a lot of fun matchups coming up. A lot of big stories. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you wanna, roll us out?
So, thank you everybody so much for tuning in to this episode of Rounding Third. I have been your co-host, Jeremy Lapidus, joined as always by my friend and co-host.
Haden Raymer.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see